All right, just a little update on the NBA MVP. I think that's all I'll talk about today and the state of the NBA. I mentioned in a couple of shorts how Jokic was being sidelined and marginalized by the American talk shows in favor of the black athletes because the shows are predominantly black and it's a black media. But just looking at the numbers, I can see here Jokic got a 30-20-20 game. 30 points, 20 rebounds, 20 assists. That's like a mega triple double. Not only that, but that's never been done in the history of the NBA. 100 years, never been done. 30-20-20 by anyone ever. And he's averaging, I got his point, I got the sheet right here, my little spreadsheet. If I go like this, he's averaging 29, 13, and 11. 29 points, 13 assists, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. He's averaging a triple-double on 58% shooting. Third in the league in points, third in the league in rebounds, second in the league in assists. Top three in all three categories. His team is second in the West. The year Nikola Jokic won the World Championship, he was not given an MVP. It went to Embiid because of fucking political reasons. They didn't want to give him 3 MVPs back to back when he just fucking won the title by himself and is the most dominant player on the planet for the past 5 years. They don't give him his flowers. Now, if it was a black athlete, I'm not being racist, I'm being honest. If it was a black athlete, would he have gotten the 3 MVPs back to back to back? Or would they have given the third trophy to a white Nikola Jokic instead of giving the black athlete 3 MVPs back to back to back? It's a shocking revelation, but it's the truth about the world we live in today. So Nikola Jokic won the championship, first in the West. You can pull up the statistics for that season. I'm not going to be wrong. He was the most dominant player in the league. He won the championship. Joel Embiid is nowhere to be seen today. Not only that, but he's behaving utmost disrespectfully as being the face of the league and being the face of the MVP. He's behaving disrespectfully. So Joel Embiid, they gave him the MVP instead. And look at what the fuck happened. It aged like ripe milk. It aged like milk. And now they want to give the MVP to one of these other guys, like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So remember, Jokic, 29 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. Now let's pull up Shai's numbers. Plus, he got a 30-20-20, which has never been done in the history of NBA. Shai, 33 points, first. That is 4 more points than Jokic. 5 rebounds, 6 assists. That is 77th in rebounds, 14th in assists. Smaller field goal percentage by 5 percentage points than Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is a center. Shai is a point guard. Now I support Shai. Why do I support Shai? Because he's fucking Canadian. I'm Canadian. Not only that, but unlike the loser bitch Canadians who don't want to play for Team Canada in the international competitions, Shai fucking shows up and gives his all for Team Canada. That's why all of Canada supports motherfucking Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So I support him. Not because he's black, but because he's Canadian. That being said, remarkable, leading the league in points, 33 points. That's like Michael Jordan numbers. But you can't look past what Jokic does for his team. Now, the Thunder are first in the West by at least 10 games or something like that. It's a pretty big margin. And the Denver Nuggets are second in the West. But I don't know how much factoring in your teammates and the cohesiveness of the rest of your organization comes into play with how successful your team is. Because Jokic is getting a triple-double. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is only getting 4 more points. Jokic is already getting 6 more assists than him, 5 more assists than him, so that's already 10 more points. Jokic is contributing 10 more points to his team, or minus the 4, so 6. Jokic is already contributing 6 more points to his team than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shai's numbers are remarkable. Now, I don't get to watch these games a lot in person, although they are blockbuster. Canada fucking, unless you, the restrictions, global restrictions, it's not Canada's fault. It's not Canada's fault. It's fucking corporate capitalism's fault and the network's fault that you only get to watch your home team. You only get to watch your home team and one other team in the West. You don't get to watch the Denver Nuggets. Who gets to watch them? The fucking analysts being paid hundreds of millions of dollars. They have access to the games league-wide, but the rest of us don't. Maybe that's a conflict of interest. Maybe the little guy who wants to become an analyst doesn't have access to these games can fucking make a legal case because the networks pull and restrict every fucking game because that's how corporate capitalism works in favor of the telecommunication companies. But that's a story for another motherfucking day. Shai put first in points, but he's got half as many assists and less than half as many rebounds. I would not, unless the eye test says something else. Now, his team is first in the West, but unless the eye test says something else, I would not even put him in the top 2 for MVP candidate. Because in one of my shorts, I said, imagine Giannis was putting up remarkable numbers and we were discriminating against him, but he's black instead of white. What would be my opinion? What would be my opinion? Let's pull up Giannis. Giannis Antetokounmpo, second behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in points. 31 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, shooting an 8% higher field goal percentage than Shai. 60% from the field. I thought Giannis was some guy living in the shadows, and he is living in the fucking shadows. Not only are we discriminating against Jokic, we're also discriminating against Giannis. I haven't heard Giannis come up once in the fucking discussion for MVP. Not once. He's second in the points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 60% from the field goal. I haven't got to watch him play because I don't get those fucking games. But if the eye test reflects what the fuck we see on the stat line, and his Bucks are a fresh contender, I believe, he doesn't even have that great of a supporting cast, but they are contenders to upset the Eastern Conference. He's putting up better numbers than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But that's not what pisses me off. That's not what pisses me off. What pisses me off is that Giannis has not been mentioned once. I did not even think Giannis was this fucking reputable until just 10 minutes ago I logged on ESPN.com NBA and searched up his numbers. Second in the league in points. 31 points, 12 assists, 12 rebounds, 6 assists from Giannis. Why am I saying this? Because he has been nowhere in the fucking media. Nowhere. So I got to give the man his props. Because not only are they robbing Jokic, but they've infinitely times greater robbed Giannis. They don't mention Giannis anywhere. So, Jokic is now Giannis is not being as good as Jokic, but they're still both fucking remarkable. I would put them 1 and 2. Jokic 1, Giannis 2. And then either Shai 3rd, but there's one more player that we talk about that deserves to be talked about. And that is LeBron James. 25, 8, and 9. 25, 8, and 9. That's good. Points are a little low for a fucking megastar, not for a regular ass player. But he's averaging the same amount of points that he averaged back in his rookie year, and that's fucking phenomenal. That's fucking phenomenal. So you can make an argument to give LeBron James, if we're giving out these fucking symbolic MVP trophies for fucking political reasons, we may as well give LeBron one, because he is averaging numbers similar to what he averaged all his life. How many seasons? 21st seasons, 21 seasons, 40 years old, 25, 8, and 8. Damn. I can't even fucking move a finger, and I'm 33. He's 40. So we got to give LeBron his flowers as well. So I got LeBron, I got Giannis, I got Jokic, Shea I don't have in the top 3. And then who else I don't know about? Those are the only players I Googled. Who else? I Googled Jason Tatum. Good. Not in the top 3, but how much points is Jason? Good. It's good. I don't know who else is there. Luka, I'm not going to search because he's doing this trade stuff. So yeah, NBA Today is playing currently, so I'm going to log on to there and see what the fuck they're talking about. But just the disrespect shown to Jokic and Giannis. LeBron gets his flowers, but he should be in an MVP conversation, because we're giving out these fucking trophies for no fucking reason at all. I would not put Shea just based on 33 points to be number 1 unless the eye test says something else. His team is first in the West, but so are the Denver Nuggets, and they won the championship, and Jokic didn't get shit other than the championship, the trophy, a ring. But they gave it to Embiid. So we'll see what happens with the league. The playoffs are going to be interesting and intense. But just got a little pissed off about the representation going on. It's not even a black or white thing, because when it was just Jokic, that was a black or white thing. But now they disrespect Giannis too, and Giannis is black. So it's beyond black and white at this point. But disrespecting Jokic for a couple of years as well. So, and he's Serbian, and the USA hates fucking Serbians. That's a known fact, based on their Hollywood movies and their bombing of Serbia time and time again. So they favor Albanians, the tiniest country of all. I'm not going to get into that because I don't know what the fuck goes on. But they love Albanians, even though they portray them as some kind of terrorists in their films. They also portray Russians and Serbians as terrorists. So everyone's a fucking terrorist. They just support the Albanians rather than the Serbians and the Russians. But, discrimination lives on forever. That's the state of the world we live in. And glad I live in Canada. So go Canucks.